Hello ratbags, it's Jade, welcome to a quick ARK news video. I'm pretty sick guys, hence why you've not seen much Fear Evolved content over the last few days. But it's probably a good thing as well, because the content is pretty broke. You'll probably have realised by now watching other people's videos that Official specifically is having a lot of problems with the content coming through. There's a lot of confusion basically as well about what Fear Evolved actually holds and what you get on each island or map. So I'm going to clear that up quickly, go over the latest update that's just gone live on Xbox and the PlayStation. You should have both received an update right now that fixes the Fear Evolved event and hopefully some big issues as well with Raptors overspawning, Deinonychus disappearing and a whole host more. I hate to say it and I am gonna do it though. ARK and events are just some of the shittest things going, what should be some of the best things going. So many people love the events and the events are pretty cool when they work, but time and time again Wildcard just can't get these events out on time. They just don't test these things enough, hardly at all on console it seems. Also, I'm going to give you my opinion on Genesis being delayed till January as well. If you hadn't heard that news, yes, it is delayed. We're going to go over that and my thoughts and opinions why actually it probably is a good thing for the DLC and for us. So don't forget to like the video guys, and I'll give you short and brief because I am, like I said, still feeling pretty rough. Fixed weird foliage appearing on the centre map, fixed issue that caused items, pumpkin, scarecrow and stolen gravestone to disappear, fixed issue with headless mask and taxidermy. Now that's not only the only problems, there is much more than that. So it doesn't sound like terrible things going on there, but there's lots of reports from people having loads of issues, particularly Deinonychus not appearing. Also, as of recording this, the development community manager has said that they're still looking at the overspawn issue, so it looks like it won't be fixed within this patch. It's more just the Fear Evolved event stuff. Basically, it looks like the boned raptors basically are meant to be spawning, and someone's cocked up with the codes because they are initially tied to the normal raptors, hence why you're seeing so many more raptors. FYI as well, the Xbox update is around 2.2 GB with a couple of other extra updates. One might even list it as extinction. They're only about 400, 500 GB each. PlayStation I reckon will be about the same size as well. There is some good news though. It does look like the Fear Evolved event is going to be extended. Originally scheduled till the 5th of November, it looks like it's going to be extended a bit longer. No definitive time or date yet, but that's what's going to be happening. And just a few things about the Fear Evolved event. If you don't know, the Dodo Wyvern only spawns on Scorched Earth, and the Dodo Rex will only spawn on the island. So if you've been wondering why you're not seeing any of these creatures, obviously it does fit with where they normally are. Although you could argue the Dodo Rex could appear on the other maps, and possibly even the Dodo Wyvern appearing on Ragnarok. It does look like that's the only places you'll find them, on Scorched Earth for the Wyverns and for the island for the Dodo Rex. And that's kind of been the way it's always been. It's been a long time, such a long time since we've had a proper Fear Evolved event. Last year they just ended up releasing some skins. There wasn't a big takeover or the Blood Moon or anything like that. And PS4 have never had the Dodo Wyvern. As far as I'm aware, you can't even spawn it in on the PS4, so hopefully that's changed. There are still lots of issues, people are still problems with candy corn not dropping correctly as well. And if you're wondering why you're not seeing the event actually happen properly, like the Blood Moon, apparently it's on a cycle of 3 days in game time. So maybe speed up the time of day just to see if it does work for you, and you do in fact actually get to see the Blood Moon happen. One thing though, all of these emotes and skins all do work. You can use the GFI commands. Aaron Longstaff and a good buddy of mine, TLC, have done videos on it, so I'm going to link both of them in the description box down below. Go and check them out if you're having a bit of trouble, if you just want to spawn these in on your single player world. And this should be working on single player as well, and of course on rentable servers. You just need to activate the event in general settings or in expert settings. Make sure you've got the right line code, which will be in the comments. I have missed quite a few things this week too, due to being ill and having my children. But I did want to go over this briefly as well if you haven't seen this by any chance. This looks like it's going to be a floating platform. It does seem that ARK is going to be very much more water based on this attempt at maybe getting a DLC that actually works and people enjoy. So this is going to be a dock that you'll be able to actually place in the water, and you'll be able to build on top of it and use it as a place to basically set up home. And if you didn't actually see it, Genesis has been delayed. I did put it in the title of the Fear 3 Evolved trailer that I put up the other day. They're blaming it on it being a new mission system dramatically changes the way that you play ARK. As a team, we've decided that an extra month of polish and balancing is needed to deliver an awesome experience to everyone on launch day. So anticipated simultaneous release for all platforms will be late January 2020. Now, what I do like about this, yes it is a delay, is the simultaneous release. This could be the first time since Scorched Earth every platform has received the same content at exactly the same time. And I really think ARK needs this. It's not about being a fanboy of either PC or Xbox or PlayStation. I just think it absolutely drives more hype and generates more goodwill, that players don't have to spend weeks watching tubers play it or PC friends play the game, basically finding out everything they wanted to find out, even though they didn't really want to, because their favourite content creators are all playing the brand new content. They'll actually be able to enjoy the content alongside it. And that's so much better for a game that has DLC, that has stuff that you're going to need to look up or get help with. Absolutely, when Scorched Earth launched, it was so great for everyone. Everyone was learning together. It meant content was great, it was unique. Since then, so many YouTubers, including me at times, it's been pretty robotic. We all race to get that content out as soon as it pops out on PC. And although I do revisit it a lot when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation because that's where I feel best, it does lose momentum. And even when it does launch on console, it's still broken. And that's always been the excuse in the past, that PC is where they test this stuff, and once they're happy with it, etc., then it comes to console. But we all know that's a huge fat lie. We've seen time and time again the DLCs that have launched haven't actually worked correctly, and they've been broken even more on Xbox and PlayStation, despite having maybe 2, maybe even 4 weeks extra development. The reality is the updates go to the port teams, they get done, and any last minute bug fixes they find on PC, it's still going to be too late to put on the console by the time it's ready to go. I really think Wildcard are maybe learning, hopefully, that they don't want to have an Extinction DLC happen again. Unilaterally, it may have been the biggest DLC ever bought. That's called into Wildcard's community manager. It's the one that's had the most sales or the most people trying it. But that would be the case once a game has built up 16 million players, compared to maybe only having 4 or 5 million the first time the DLC launched Scorched Earth. And it was just broke. It was broke on PC. The corrupted nodes were destroying bases for days. And by the time it came to Xbox and PlayStation, it was horrendous, and it's still pretty bad now. With graphics on Xbox and PS4 still broken 11 months later, I kid you not. If you play on Xbox or PlayStation base game, or even an Xbox X, you often get potato graphics or Oregon Dino still. And it was never that bad before the Extinction DLC came out. So my point being, I'm glad it's happening. I hope they stick to this and it does launch on all 3 platforms. Yeah, it may have more bugs and problems on console, but by now I think everyone's used to it. At least it will mean everyone gets to enjoy the content together, and it's not spoilt by YouTubers basically showing stuff off or PC players talking about it all in the forums. Agree, disagree with me? Let me know what your thoughts are on Genesis being delayed. I have got the Fear Evolved event running on my server, but I am on the center map at the moment. So it's only got the pumpkins and the gravestones and stuff like that. There is no Dodo Rex. But I may spawn in a few Dodo Rexes or Dodo Wyverns for players to come and try and kill in a special event. Likelihood of that happening is going to be this Sunday. The servers are on Xbox and a PlayStation. Just look up Jade and you will find it. Obviously no password needed either, you can hop straight in. But join Discord to keep up to date with updates and what's happening with the server, etc.